Hey guys, this will be my first YouTube video. We're going to do my record predictions for the NFL this season, all the teams that I have and just my predictions. Starting off with the AFC East, I got Bills at 13-4, Jets 12-5, Dolphins 10-7, and Patriots 9-8. For the AFC North, I have the Bengals at 12-5. I have the Bengals at 12-5. I have the Browns at 11-6. The Ravens at 10-7. The Steelers at 9-8. AFC South, I got the Jaguars finishing 13-4. I think they're gonna be better than people think. I think they're probably be a better team in the league. Then I got the Texans at 7-10. A lot of people will probably be shocked. I'm high on Stroud, Will Anderson. I like what they did in the offseason. I think D'Amico Ryans will be very good in that scheme. I know the Texans, there's a lot of he said, she said, whether they'll be good, whether they'll be bad, whether they're going to succeed. They're not going to be a playoff team. But their future's bright. I like their team. I like the offense that they have. So 7-10 for the Houston Texans. Indianapolis Colts are going to finish. I believe I had them at 6-11. I think the Colts. I'm concerned about the Colts a little bit this season. I think early on you're gonna see them use probably Gardner Minshew as the veteran role before they bring in Richardson. But I think one of the two will start. I think the question is going to be who do they rather start. I personally would probably start. I would start Minshew as the veteran role. I think he gives a veteran presence to the team that they need. That's how I feel. You can comment how you feel about that too. That's my opinion. So next team is the Titans. I think they're going to be 4-5-12 or 4-13. Somewhere around there is where I see the Titans finishing. I don't think the Titans are quite good. I'm not really a believer in the Titans this season. I think they're going to be one of the worst teams in the league. There was worse teams than the Titans, but I think 5-12 is pretty fair for them. I think they'll win more. They'll win more games than people think, but they're still going to be a trash team and probably a top 10 pick in the league. Next up, the AFC West. Chiefs, I got them at 11-6 or 12-5. I think they'll be still who they are, a top team in the division. Then I got Broncos at 10-7. I think the Broncos are a playoff team if Sean Payne takes them to that next step. I think Russ will be better than what he was last year. I'm high on Jerry Jeudy. I think he'll have a really good season. I think he's the guy that might shock a lot of people to be very good this season. I like the Broncos. Javonte Williams will be healthy this season. Look out for Denver. Chargers, I got at 8-9. They don't make the playoffs in my opinion. I don't like the Chargers right now. I think Brandon Staley's not good. Herbert's a great quarterback. I just don't think they'll win with Herbert right now. I don't like the offense. I think the defense will carry them to be better, and I think Herbert's going to carry their offense. But at the point I'm at, I don't really have confidence in them whatsoever. Raiders have 4-13. I think it's pretty fair there. I don't think the Raiders will be good. I really don't like Jimmy Garoppolo. I think they'll win 4 games, and they'll lose 13. I feel bad for Devontae, man. He is really no help on that team besides Jacobs. And Max Crosby. Their defense is good. I just don't see the Raiders being good this year. Fortunately, I know Raiders fans are probably mad about that, and I know I'm going to get spammed by Raider fans saying, you know nothing about football. But if you look at their team, defense, besides defense and offense, your quarterback's not good. You got a guy who's been inconsistent and hasn't shown he can do it in the playoffs. Jimmy Garoppolo is a playoff failure. Besides Jordan Love and Aaron Rodgers, obviously they don't win, but we haven't seen it yet. We'll get there when we get there, but I just don't think the Raiders will be good this year. I think it'll be another lost season for them. Feel bad for Raider fans. I really do. I wish their team was better managed, and I wish Josh McDaniels was fired, but no, that's just the Raider way, I guess. Jumping to the NFC, in the NFC East, this is where things might get a little head scratcher for people. Eagles, I think, at 15-2. Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback in that division by far. I don't really see any debate there. I like what the Eagles are doing. I could really see them being very good this year. I think the one failure that the Eagles have right now is unquestioned is I love the defense. I love the offense. I really don't know how the Eagles could be bad. I think they could lose more games, but I think 15-2 or 14-3 is pretty realistic for them this season. If they go 15-2, I called it. But I think they'll go 15-2. I think they're going to be a better team. I think Hurts will win NFC MVP. I think he'll win. I think him and Allen and Burrow are like my top 3 for MVP right now. And Lawrence I'm going to have as a dark horse candidate. And JJ and Jay Jettas. But I got the Eagles win 15 games. They're the best team in that division by far. Cowboys, I have them going 9-8. Cowboy fans, you say you're going to win the Super Bowl every year. You don't. You fail like the Packers do when it comes to the playoffs. As a Packers fan myself, we don't win it. And I honestly, it stinks. But it's not it's funny as the Cowboys seem to do it a lot. To the Niners, that play last year was terrible. Why you had Zeke at center is beyond me. Cowboy fans continue to show why they believe they're going to go to the Super Bowl every year. I think they'll be 9-8. I think they're going to make the playoffs. I just don't see them being a threat. I think they're a threat to go to the Super Bowl. I just can't see them winning it because the Eagles are just so good and the Niners have owned them for so long, just like the Packers. They own us. And I'm going to admit that. I hate it, but it's the NFL. It's going to happen. Not everyone's going to win. I don't think the Cowboys will win this season. I think they're going to be 9-8. I think they go to the wild card or they get past the divisional, but they're not going to beat the Eagles, or I don't think they're going to beat the Niners. Next team up, I got the Giants at 9-8 too. I think Giants fans are not going to like it because of a last season that was unexpected. I think 9-8 is pretty fair for the Giants. I think they could win more than that. It's just all on Saquon Barkley. If Saquon comes back, they're going to be fine. I think they're going to be good. And it's really going to be on, is Daniel Jones real or not? Is Daniel Jones what the Daniel Jones we got last season, or is it going to be worse? I think the Giants go 9-8. I think they'll tie the Cowboys in that division. It's going to be a close division, but I don't think the Giants... I think it's going to come down to Week 18 for both of them. And I think the Cowboys somehow get in, and I think the Giants lose to the Eagles. That would unfortunately end their season. Commanders, 4-13, I think. Or I'm actually going 3-14 for the Commanders. I don't like them. They're not going to be good this season. It's another year of just failure. I understand it as a Commanders fan. I feel bad for the Commanders. But the future's bright for them. They got rid of Dan Snyder. Great job. No, Dan, the worst owner of football. They finally got rid of him. I'm happy for them. Happy they got rid of him. And I really want the Commanders to succeed. I think Terry McLaurin is going to be the most underrated receiver this season. I think he's been doing that. I think he will make a reason why he'll be a top 10 wide receiver. I think you can make the argument he already is. I like the Commanders. I think they'll be good, but I don't have them winning as many games as people would like to think. And that's that. NFC North, I got Lions at 12-5. I'm buying to the Lions hype. The Lions will be very good this year. They're going to be a better team than, I think, the Packers, Bears, and even Vikings. I'm going to have Bears fans and Viking fans in my comments saying you have nothing to talk. You have a new quarterback. What do you expect? The Lions will be good. I think I think people are sleeping on them. I think they're going to go 12-5. They're a playoff team. They're a value team. That's my opinion with that. Packers go 9-8. I have a reason for this. Our schedule, if you look at it, in my opinion, it's very doable. There are games that will be challenged. The Chiefs, the Falcons will be a tough one. The Saints will be tough. The Chargers, the Chiefs, the Vikings. Every now and then the Vikings give us a problem. Lions will even be a problem. But if Jordan Love, which we haven't seen yet, I'm excited for Love. I'm excited for the team. I think early on you're going to see them run the ball a little more with Aaron Jones. Be a little more conservative on that regard. I also think the Packers defense is going to be better than what it was last year. I love Lucas Van Ness. I love Jaden Reed. I'm excited. I think he has a lot of potential. I'm excited for Dobbs. I think Watson's going to be better than what he was. I think the Packers will go 9-8. I really think the Packers could make the playoffs. I think it's be tough for them because you have the Cowboys, you have the Giants, you have the Eagles, you have the Niners, you have the Falcons even too. The Panthers could be better. But in my opinion, I think the Packers go 9-8. Bears, I have it 7-10. I know a lot of people will be shocked why the Bears would have such a low record. I think people are hyping up the Bears a little too much. And that's not a bad thing. I think Fields is going to be really good this year. I'm excited for Justin Fields. I'm really excited for the Bears team this year. However, I think the Bears are getting very hyped up. I think they're going to be 7-10, and they're going to be better than what they were. I don't think they're a playoff team. But I love some of the moves they made, going out there and making some moves in the offseason. I think I like what they did. Now, I just don't think they're making the playoffs. I just don't buy into it. I love the DJ Moore thing, but I don't know how that will pan out. So I got them winning 7 games and losing 10. Vikings in last place. I know that sounds crazy why the Vikings would go from first last year to last. I have a reason for it. I didn't like what the Vikings were doing. They traded a lot of their good players and then gave them away, which they had to because they had low cap. I don't think the Vikings will be good this year. I think JJ is going to probably be the best wide receiver in the league, and continue to show why. However, I'm not really a huge fan. Dalvin Cook is probably not going to be back, and your starting running back will be Alexander Mattison. He's good, but their team's not going to be good. I think 6-11 or 7-10 is pretty fair for them. I don't think they'll be better than the Bears. I think it's going to be a close race between them. The reason I have the Packers higher than what people think, I think if Love plays average at best, he could really prove a lot of people wrong. I think he's an average quarterback. If he plays average, we go 9-8 or 8-9. And that's realistic coming from me. Because in previous years when we had Aaron Rodgers, we would say 12-5 every year. This year we can't say that because we don't have him. But I'm going to be a little realistic in my opinion. It's my opinion. We all entitled to our own opinions. I have the Packers going 9-8. Bears at 7-10 and Vikings at 6-11. And at NFC South, I got the Falcons winning the division at 10-7. I know a lot of people will be surprised by that. I think the Falcons are very good. I think Bijan's going to be really good. I'm excited for the Falcons. I really think if the Falcons utilize their players well and utilize them a little more, Cordell Patterson and Bijan is going to be an insane backfield. Kyle Pitts, if he gets utilized, I think the Falcons can win that division. And that second place team, the Panthers, at 9-8 as well. Panthers, you got Bryce Young. You have a good defense. Now it's all about all that pieces coming together. I think it will take time for them to gel, but they could really win 9 games. I know that's a stretch for them, but you got to give them a chance, and I'm giving the Panthers a chance to prove it. I hope they do good. I'm really hoping that the Carolina Panthers do good. I think I got them at 9-8. Saints at 7-10. I think that's pretty obvious there. The Saints are a better team than people think. The Saints are good. 7-10, I think Derek Carr is going to fix that team. Kamara, I don't know what's going to happen with that. So I got the Saints at 7-10. I know that's going to sound crazy why I would go for 7-10, but I think the Falcons and Panthers really could win that division. And the Saints are a sleeper team, in my opinion, to win more than what people think. Eric Carr is going to fix that conference, but Dennis Allen hasn't really proved anything yet, and I'm not really. That's kind of why I'm lacking on giving him anything. Michael Thomas, I hope he does good this year. He needs to play, though, and that's another problem. He doesn't play. So that's that. Bucks at 4-13. They're not going to be good this year. They don't have Tom Brady. This is what we're all been saying. Where are the Bucks without Brady? And this is what you're going to see. Baker Mayfield and Kyle Trask. I'm not excited to see it. I really don't think the Bucks are going to be good at all. I got like 5-12, 4-13, or 6-11 are my possible records for them. But I'm gonna go with how I feel. 5-12 to me is fair for them. Giving them some wins. I do think the Bucks will win some games that people would shock. I think some upsets will happen for them, but I just don't see them winning that division. I think they're not as good as people will say. Now, if the Bucks win this, you can call me a fraud, and you can come back and go clip this. But I don't think the Bucks are good. This is what the Bucks are without Tom Brady. Baker's not as good as Tom Brady. Baker's and Kyle Trask are nowhere near the skill level of Brady. I really don't think the Bucks will be good, and that's my end of the story there. I got Niners at 13-4 in the NFC West. We all know the Niners are winning that division. I think they can easily win it. I'm confident what the Niners have. I'm confident in my opinion on them. They're a better team than people think. Niners are going to win 13 games in 4. I'm excited for Trey Lance, give him a chance, and I'm also excited for Brock Purdy. I think the Niners are better. You have McCaffrey. You got Emmanuel Ogbah. That's a big pickup. Javon Hargrave's a huge. Actually, you didn't get Ogbah. Javon Hargrave's going to be huge for that defense. I think the Niners will be very good, and that's why they're going 13-4. Seattle 11-6. JSN, DK Metcalf, Geno Smith, Tyler Lockett, and the defense. Seattle's be very good. I'm worried. I wanted the Packers to get JSN, but the Seattle Seahawks got him. Of course they do it. They would do that to us. That's on our own doing. We could have had him, but that's besides the point. The Seattle's be very good. I like the Seattle Seahawks. I think they're going to win 11 games. They're going to be a tough team to the Niners. That's what's going to happen there. Rams at 5-12. I don't think the Rams will be good. I'm still not hiding. 6-11 for the Rams. I don't think they're winning as many games. I like the Rams, though. I just don't know how I feel about everything. Cooper Kupp being healthy. But if their team's really good, I think they'll be better. But I think 6-11 is pretty, and 5-12 is pretty fair for them. I'm gonna go 6-11 though. Cardinals 4-3 and 14. They're gonna lose a lot of games. They're probably the worst team in the league, besides the Titans or the Commanders or the Raiders. I really don't like them. And that's my opinion. These are my NFL predictions. Comment below, like, subscribe. I want to see what you guys think. Peace.